Today I like to talk about the Microkeyer 2 from Microham. The Microkeyer 2 is a device that lets you control your radio through CAT, but also has a Microkey keyer chip on board and a USB sound card with dual inputs for main and sub receiver. The Microkeyer 2 has a lot of stuff on board, and I like to show it to you. First of all, we got the nice display that is fully comfortable. That means that you can configure everything what is on the screen by the software. For example, when I put my microphone in and out, it will detect that I have the normal mic from the station, and if I'm using a headset and I like to use my Hill headset and plug it in again in the extra input, it will notice that and show it on the screen. Next is the message. I got my call sign and first name on it, but the moment I switch to CW, for example, he knows that, and he will change that with the speed from the potential meter and what is set. If I turn on the CW speed and I move around a little bit like this and I put the speed up, you can actually see that the speed of the meter is going up and down. I got a monitor, so when I'm calling CQ, you can see that when I'm paddling, it will notice the characters sending on the radio. The reason for that is that it's a serial device, and actually everything is controlled by the chip, so the chip knows what characters you are sending. Also, you can hook up a normal PST keyboard, and for example, if I program some memories with the keyboard, I can send them through this device also. For example, I'm going to CQ again with the push of a button on a keyboard, and he will play the first message, and the first message is of course also a CQ. For this demonstration I'm not going on air, just using the keyer and not breaking in, so I can interrupt that as you can see. So if I'm turning up the speed for example to 35 words per minute, and I'll say hit that message again, it will of course go on a higher speed. Okay, now when I'm dialing on my radio and I'm dialing on the VFO, you can see that it changes again the display, and actually the TX and RX is monitored. That means that from the moment that I'm thinking to going split, also my Microkeyer will know that. And the reason for all this is because it will, and I show it on a later moment, it is hooked on, it is linked with a station master, and the station master actually need this data to set antenna bands, switch antennas, rotate antennas and stuff like that. So if you see now, I can dial again and I put some frequency in, and the moment that I'll do that, well, the moment I'm stop dialing, it go back to giving me the receiving frequency. So when I switch modes to SSB, it going to the voice mode again, and it will activate the microphone on my headset, which was muted while I'm doing CW. So that's the first thing. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can actually see the full white of the device, and this is device sitting on my bench. So actually it on the left hand side you get a second input for a headset, you get a CW speed, and more to the right you have actually another few dial knobs, and these are presetted for the in and output of the onboard sound card. The Microkeyer from Microham has a very good signal to noise ratio sound card, and actually everything is controlled by one USB cable that hooks up to your computer, so no more wiring to do, just a USB cable, and everything will work like that from one cable. So in this setting I have the TX and the RX set for this sound card. card inside the Microkeyer 2, and it is connected to my ICOM radio, so it will actually get everything from digital mode transmitted or received through this sound card. Now let me sweep a little bit so you can actually see what is hooked up to what. This Microkeyer, like we talked on, this Microkeyer is linked, of course, through the radio. It's an IC 7600, and a little bit further on you actually can see, and when I'm zooming in, you will see the Station Master, which I'll be talking about in a moment. The Station Master is a device also from Microham that will control band switches, coax switches, a rotator if you like, virtual rotators, to switch antennas in directions, etc. And it also will control the linear amplifiers. So it's a neat device, and the two devices by Microham are linked with a special cable to each other. On the lower end, if I'm moving a little bit with my camera, there's the radio, and actually if you see to the frequency 24.90165, which is on 12 meters, and I'm moving to my Microham, you actually can see that it's on the same frequency, so everything by the CAT cables are connected and is working just fine. Next we have the Station Master. There is a new model, the Station Master Deluxe, but for my use the Station Master is just fantastic. What you can do actually with the Station Master is give all sorts of coax cables a switch. That means that if you are working with different antennas, you can actually tune them in and set them to the correct band. And as you can see here on my display also, it actually also controls antennas, switches and a rotator. And an output to the linear, which is an expert SPE1KFA, fully automatic, and also that is controlled through the Station Master by CAT connection. For example, if on the radio I switch bands, for example, to 7 megahertz, which is a 40 meter band, you can see that he has changed the antennas. The antenna is an inverted V dipole called PKW, and the antenna is on 40 meters. When I'm pushing my pedal, it will go from RX to TX to transmit, so actually it monitors that. The reason why the rotator is gone on the display is because I can set in the software that the rotator only will be used and can be used on the correct antenna. For example, my beam is on the tower is for 5 bands from 20 to 10. So when I'm switching, for example, to 14 megahertz is 20 meter band, and there again is my rotator inline, and I can use it. So this is very handy because you can actually set everything in the software. When I'm zooming out a little bit, let me just zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see the buttons. Here on the right hand side you get a dial button for manually rotating the antenna. For example, if I like to go to 240, I'll just turn it and it will turn the antenna to 240. Now the tower is turning and it will set it for 240. On the right hand side, and I'll zoom in back again, on the display, you actually can see the label of the antenna. This is an OptiBeam 9 element 5 band Yagi. For example, if I go into the 10 megahertz 30 meter band, it's an inverted V dipole. Again, it's fixed on the tower, the rotator is disabled, and I get the inverted V antenna. And that is nice. I have different antennas on the same frequency. Also the Station Master can handle that. For this example, I'll have a dummy load to test everything, and you can see actually here also another few buttons. Now when I push this, you can see here on the display that actually I can switch between the two antennas, which is the inverted V dipole and the dummy load. Again, when I do this, everything is set for the system to work. Now, what you will see on the display all depends on the status that you like to show through the software, and I can move my camera around, and actually you can see here the software where I can set everything. For example, on the lower line or the upper line of the station master, I can set, for example, instead of the current band, I could say I need the RXTX frequency. Well, if I do that and I come back to here, you actually can see that he has changed the display. Now when I'm pushing my foot pedal, you can see that it changes to the RXTX, and if it would be a split frequency, also the VFO numbers would change in this case. So let me set it back to the band. The reason that I'm using the band on this device is so I can keep easily track when I'm working on which antenna and which band I'm working, and the microkeyer can give me frequency and stuff like that. Because I have the two devices next to each other, I can just have both the information on the display. When I move over to the amplifier, and then I have to set my camera a little bit higher, like that. So actually you can see here also that the information on the amplifier will follow everything which is set by the station master. Let me zoom in a little bit to the lower line so you can see it. For example, I'm on the radio, I'm switching to 10 meter band. Let me do that. Okay, so the input from radio 1 is set for the 10 meter band on the first antenna, which is my OptiBeam 5 band Yagi, and I can have full output if I like right now. The fun part is that everything is actually linked. That means that you're going from the radio with one cable actually, which is delivered when you buy a station master or a microkeyer, and that cable will retrieve every information from the radio. It will send it on the network inside one of the devices, and because they're all linked to each other, actually all the information concerning bands, moving from over the band with a VFO, switching power, switching modes, everything, all those data actually is sent over the network to all devices that are connected, and so every device can be working with that information. So let me zoom out back again. And you can see actually when I'm switching bands again, I will go to 15 meters. Then it will follow on 15 meters. And let me go back here. This is my second radio, which is also connected to that system, but on another in another way. So actually you can see here that I'm switching to 15 and switching again, for example, to 80 meters. It has done that. Again, here I have set for 80 meters. Again, it's on a dipole by PKW, and if you go there, and maybe I can zoom in, and you actually can, no, you have to focus on that. You also can see here that the frequency is set on the radio, is set for the band, and when I'm going all the way back to the stuff here, you can also see that it's set for 80 and that the antenna has changed also, so all the information is fully automatically. That's very nice. Neat also in the software is that you can actually tell the station master if he can give you output power to the amplifier or not, or if you would like to have, for example, only an RX antenna when you cannot transmit on, and he can all do that for you. I give you an example, and if you see on the radio, I will switch now to 1.8 160 meters, which is an antenna I'm only listening on because I do not have a TX antenna right at this now time in the in the on this moment on the station here, but I can listen on my 80 meter antenna, and the signals are quite okay just to listen. Now see what's happened. He says here that I'm on the 160 meters still on the PKW antenna, but in this case here, the station master has sent information to the microkeyer telling, watch out, it is not a TX antenna, so I will be not able to go into TX. So when I'm now, look, and I'm trying now to move my foot pedal, and you hear a warning, and let me check, you see no PTT, and here is a warning with a red light. And I can show the alarm if I'm going back here. Let me show that when I get a focus. Okay, no TX antenna. So the fun part again with this device is that you actually have the ability to program everything. Now there's one big pit hole, and that is you need to be careful programming everything. It takes some time, it takes reading the manuals carefully, but if you do that, actually it's fantastic. You can actually set everything to your needs, and the station will run fully automatically again. So let me check again and go, for example, the same is when I'm going through, oh yeah, let me go back to 80 meters. Okay, 80 meters, there we are. This is set okay, because we can come here and you see that's again put back on 80, and also here now no more alarms, and everything is set here. And of course, if we go to the amplifier, it's also set here. You can see here, by the way, if I'm giving you this information on the screen, that actually when I'm switching to the 30 meter band, which is 10 megacycles, you will see that the antenna is changing here on the display too. So that means that you still see that everything is switched and everything is known by the amplifier, by the radio, by the station master, and by the microkeyer. And that is pretty neat. So this is a small information that I would like to share. Oh yeah, maybe I can just show you that the station master actually turns my antenna. So when I'm swiveling back here, zooming in, let me zoom in again. I'm sorry for the images and the video. I'm not a professional videoer. Okay, yes, you can see that. Okay, come on, baby. Yeah. Okay, so I'm coming here, and for example, let me just turn again here with a knob, and I'll turn so that you can see it. Oh yeah, why is it not working? Haha, because it's in inverted V. I have to move up, for example, to 20 meters. Okay, now the Yagi is selected, and he knows he can give the rotator a turn. So let me check and just go, for example, maybe we go down to 125, and when I'm switching here, as you can see, he's going to 125, and he will actually stop there. Now this is done by hand, but of course when you got logging software, and that is the cool stuff, you can actually do everything on the logging software. That means that I'm working now with Ham Radio Deluxe, and I'll show you that on the screen. This is Ham Radio Deluxe, and if you can see, for example, if I put in a station here, and I could, if I can hold the camera up, I put, for example, an Echo Alpha 8. Okay, Echo Alpha 8. So now he actually knows it's on 223, the bearing and the distance, 3,000 kilometers. Okay, let me click on that. Voila! And the thing is going to 223. And as you can see, he's also moving here to 223, and there he is. Also neat is that the software has 3 relays, so you can set if your rotator, and mine is like that. Mine has a brake and a speed relay, so when he's coming up to the point, he will brake the antenna rotator, and he will lower the speed for the momentum. So that's about it. As you can see, the software is running. Everything is fully automatically. I can have the logbook, I can turn my antennas, I can set everything. And I'm very glad I have a full automatically station thanks to the very neat devices made by Microham, which are very neat. Actually, the Station Master is a very nice piece of equipment that lets you control antenna switches, rotators, and amplifiers, all also by one USB cable and one link cable to the other one, which is the Microkeyer 2, which will do everything for CW. It has a memory keyer, you can hook up a keyboard, you can hook up pedals, it has a USB sound device, so you have digital modes, and it will be the main thing to control your radio. So it's just fantastic. I mean, this is a fully automatic station. So that's about it, folks. Thank you for watching this video. If you got some concerns or questions, feel free to send me an email. You can find my information on qrz.com, and if I know the answers, I will be glad to comment on that. 73 is from Oscar Nancy 4 Victor Papa. Bye bye.